The truth is out. Clarity is being given or gifted to a community of people, or people that surround or are involved in some sort of relationship from the past. We have suffering in silence, unspoken desires, real feelings and broken dreams coming through. We then have toxic with drama, arguments and incompatible. And then we have puzzled in reverse, confused, perplexed and conflicted, or the lack thereof. With healing, it feels like someone has had some sort of epiphany, or information or receipt has been given to a group of people on a specific relationship that has to do either with you or someone that you know from the past. I don't know if you suffered in silence for a very long time when it came to a relationship that you were in that was very, very toxic. I don't know if people just didn't see how this person treated you, how unhealthy it was. We've got healing in reverse with self-care, introspection and meditation in reverse. This really gives it gives exhausted mother or exhausted father or exhausted caregiver that runs around and is selflessly giving their energy to others and doesn't have time to put in, I don't know why I put this away, doesn't have time to kind of like brush their hair or brush their teeth before taking the kids to school. It's giving burnout, exhaustion. And look, epiphany comes straight out. Self-reflection, answered questions and untapped talents. So someone here is realizing why you flipping walked away. Look, you've got karmics underneath. This is crazy. Cutting ties. It says freedom, standing up, awaken. People are literally realizing that like the light has switched on in some way. And I think it has to do with behavior. There is a person of focus that is being like not targeted, but everyone's looking at them in a different light and going, you have got to be kidding me. So this is what so-and-so from the collective went through. This is what you did to them, because now you're playing the martyr and you're trying to do, no way. Karmics, third parties, haters and lessons learned. Okay. Wowee. Wowee, wowee. Can I get one more, please? Just one more. Stagnant. Is that just one? Yeah. Stagnant. Stuck, dead end and frozen has come out here. So I think they've realized that this person, the person in question, the person that everyone's looking at in a different way, and I feel like people are having a go at them also. They are stuck in thrill seeking, or they're stuck in some sort of addiction here. Look, you've got addictions, bad decisions and continuous cycle. It seems like you may have been carrying a lot when you were in a relationship with them. And it's an eye-opener. It's a massive eye-opener to those around this person. And I have a feeling that it's an ex of yours. Now, this could be an ex-best friend, or it could be an ex-partner, ex-romantic partner, for example. I am going to take a quick swig of my water because I'm super thirsty, but I do have a microphone really close to my mouth. If you don't like the sound of like gulping and stuff, turn down your listening device. I should introduce myself. My name is Bronwen. This is Bronwen's Cove Tarot 111. If you are new to my channel, welcome in. It's really good to have you here. I hope you guys are doing well. And if you are a returning subscriber, soul family, it's good to have you back. I'm going to ring this bell just to cleanse the space around us. If you have any type of sound sensitivity, it's a really good idea to turn down your listening device in 3, 2, and in 1. Now, just a little heads up, I do have a migraine and I do have them quite frequently as the seasons change. So I may trip over my words, or I may pause for a second so that my brain can kind of fit itself together as we're going through this reading. So I apologize in advance. And I know that I have had loads of comments of people going, take magnesium, sleep. I've had migraines. I've had chronic migraines since I was 25. I'm now 42. It's just... it is what it is, right? Thank you very, very much for all of your concerns, but the things that you're suggesting are things that I have tried. Let's get into this. I feel like there is a mother figure. There's someone who either is a mother figure or somebody who, because I keep seeing glasses, like wearing glasses. Now, this could be figuratively, because it could be someone who is used to like seeing the smaller details in things. When you think of like a parent and how when your child is very, I'm not a parent, but I worked with children for a very, very long time before going into this job. There is this, you have to keep doing hazard perception throughout the day when you're with like small children, especially when they're toddlers, even when they're 5, 8, whatever. And I'm seeing someone who's wearing glasses, and I don't know if it's because they're wearing glasses or because they are constantly having to look for dangers around this person. And it could be that this is the mother, the father, the grandparent of an ex of yours. Okay, and this person is used to looking out for dangers in this person, and they're really giving it to them. They're really having a go at them. Sorry about that loud noise. They're really having a go at them for the way that they treated you, because you've got envy coming out. It feels like whoever you were dating was envious of you. They were envious either of your motivation, of your energy, of your love. It could have just been your kindness, but it was a weird secret competition. There was competition going on, and it was so unnecessary is what I'm hearing. It was so unnecessary. They drove you away. They drove someone away here. Look, you've got masculine energy hitting rock bottom right now. Wow. Okay. Now, please know that when I pick up on energy, so if I say masculine or feminine, I'm not talking about man and woman. I am talking about the actual divine energies that we hold, both masculine and feminine. It's up to you whether or not you place a gender. Just because I use a pronoun does not mean that I'm genderizing, even if that's a word or not, this reading. Okay? Claim what claims you and leave the rest, and know that my readings are purely for entertainment purposes only. Now, tell me about this masculine energy, suffering in silence, hitting rock bottom. You've got inner strength coming out, and you've got love in reverse. Yeah, I feel like someone here from the outside, but very close, like not meddling in your relationship. I think that the other person, the ex here, would have seen them as being meddling, as being nosy, as getting up in their space, but really this is somebody who may have seen their son, their daughter, their he, she, they go through a lot of addictions or go through a lot of rock bottoms, maybe having to go to rehab quite a lot, having to go to anger management, having to go to therapy. And so they're just vigilant because they're seeing their child as this toddler that keeps falling over and hurting themselves, and they want to be there to help them, but there seems to be loggerheads between like this person and the ex. Love is in reverse. Okay. I feel like this person also, whoever it is, that's kind of coming to the understanding that actually you walked away for your own safety, your own mental health, your own physical health, it could have been financial health, spiritual health, that there was no love there. And it's not that you didn't love this person, you didn't love this ex, it's that they didn't love themselves. If you are in a relationship with someone who is depressed, and I'm not a therapist, I can't give you advice I can't diagnose you in any way, shape or form. I wouldn't dream of trying to, but I've been in a relationship more than once. This is before I healed that pattern that kept bringing the same dude towards me, the depressed one. When you're in a relationship with somebody who is depressed, who is really depressed, but is doing nothing in any way, shape or form to try and help themselves. And when I say help themselves, love themselves. Go to therapy, find medication that may help you, find activities that may help bring you joy. Doesn't mean that it's going to cure it in any way, shape or form, but it may help, raise your vibrations. When you're in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to do that, who doesn't want to look at the fact that there may be issues there can only be love on one side because they're not loving themselves. How can they love you as well? And it does feel like there are people around here, around this ex of yours, who are coming to this realization. They're coming to this realization, this glow up. They've noticed, like, you're stunning. There's something about you looking stunning. Your energy is so much lighter. They may be hearing from other people who are just like connected to the community that you are in now, that you're doing so much better. That look, it's your time, that you're doing so much better. You have third parties, haters, and lesson learned. Tell me about this one, please. What do we need to know about this? Daydream is coming through. Daydream is giving me a lot of dissociation kind of energy. It feels like the person that you may have dated or been in a relationship, long-term, short-term, whatever that may have been, whoever this is that comes up for you when you think of X, I think that people are seeing how they sabotage the relationship, how they purposely sabotage the relationship, how they may have dissociated from the relationship. They may have been cheating, they may have been gambling or drinking or smoking or whatever it may have been, but they were doing certain things. They would have been called a wreckhead. Okay, they were doing things here almost nihilistically, nihilism. Coldness is coming through. They may have been very, very cold, but they are... Why is this such a surprise, though? Why is this such a surprise to people around your ex? Because this really is the POV of like parents or family members or even friends realizing that this ex was really, really abusive and they're really surprised by it. There's someone here pointing their finger at this person. Like, how could you do that to another? You got investment in reverse. How could you throw this person away? How could you throw this person away? How could you see this person as nothing more than a notch on your bedpost or someone to give you money? Fortitude is upside down, investment also. Tell me about this masculine energy, please. Tell me about the because the masculine energy is not just to do with, like I said, about being a man. Masculine energy is action, motivation, ambition, movement. When you think of tarot and we look at the different suits in the deck, all of the wands are masculine. All of them, even when you think of the queen is still, there's still a masculine energy there of getting things done. It's very fiery, and it does feel like you may have been left to do everything by yourself. It's like being single in a relationship. What was that one that jumped out? Saving. Okay, something to do with your money. This feels like you were a means to an end to this person here. You are a means to an end. And I think that their family and the people around them are understanding this. That's the shock. That's the reason why we're seeing that point of view. Because they did not expect that their son or their daughter or their cousin or whoever it may be would have treated someone like this. They were using you for what you could give them rather than being in a relationship with you and growing. Just growing together. They wanted something that they couldn't get by themselves, and it seems to be financial. I'm so sorry if that's something that you've been through, because that is horrible. That's absolutely horrible, and I'm glad that you aren't in that relationship anymore. I'm glad that, you know, we've been given that lesson on boundaries, on self-worth, on self-love, you know. Tell me about rock bottom, please. What do we need to know? That one there. Relationship. There you go. But why were we showing the relationship? What about the relationship? You've got pain in reverse. Got pain in reverse. This is giving me the Four of Swords though, not the Three of Swords, because inner strength coming out here. I think that you had family members who were believing lies that an ex had said about you, and about almost like the power struggle that they may have perceived in a relationship, or they lied about in a relationship, because it does feel like, yeah, because you've got confinement here, and both of these look confined, don't they? You've got psychic and you've got confinement. The stories or the story that your ex may have stated to their family, to their friends, to people who are like, oh, you're not with so-and-so anymore, what happened? They painted themselves either as the victim, or that it was mutual, or that they are in some way some sort of hero or heroine. And people are realizing this was all a lie. They treated you like utter shite. Excuse my language. Tell me about love, please. Tell me about love. They may have left someone homeless here. They may have tried to make you homeless. You have got downfall coming out with a tower here. This seems to be a massive, massive gut punch for a family member or for this person's family to realize that they had raised, or they have a child, an adult child or an adult whoever, that would treat another human being like this. Tell me about cutting ties. We have here teamwork. They may have walked away from this person, you know. This may have been like the last straw. Like, that's it. When we're not supporting you anymore. You got to do this by yourself. You need to dig yourself out of any holes that you put yourself into, because we've done that enough for you, and you're not learning your lesson, and you're treating others in such a horrid manner. Tell me about third parties, please. What's going on with third parties and like haters and stuff? In control. Okay. So this person may have been conspiring with others. This ex may have been conspiring with others. And it does feel like the ish has hit the fan. It really has hit the fan in a way that I don't think your ex expected it to. Tell me about the third party and haters. Oh, what have we got here? That's the wrong question, apparently, because everything just threw out. Tell me about saving this masculine energy. And we've got here bright in reverse, and we've got burden. Okay. This person's in debt. There's some sort of debt that they have that is owing. They wanted you to pay it off, or they wanted you to be the one that would be like look after them financially. But there's definitely the energy of either infidelity, adultery, or this person not treating you like you were the main, like their priority, just not their priority. Like you weren't the priority. Let me see. Oh, look, and there's debt. I'm going to cough. Let me pause this for a second. Did I not just say debt? Now, these wanted to come off, and we've got courthouse. Okay, let me grab the rest of them. Let's have a look. See, very interesting that I've only taken oracle decks today. Let's see. Coffin and courthouse. Okay, they thought, and then you've got a main male here. It just pulled itself out. They thought that you would be paying some sort of debt off for them, that you'd sort something out for them. They were literally using you for that. They were conspiring with somebody else. And I'm not really being shown that as much. That's almost like a side note. And it does feel like something familiar to the community around this ex. And what I mean by familiar as in is not that again. Not that person again. Not that trouble again. Why are you involving yourself with that person when they did A, B, and C last time? Oh, you're going back to them again. Oh, it's that type of energy, like we already knew. But this one really wanted to come out. So let's put the courthouse down. Then we had coffin coming out. And then we had, I feel like it should go the other way around, actually. I'm going to place that one there and that one there, because it does feel like it took a lot. It's taken a lot of strength for people around this ex to walk away from them. Because look, when you have a child, and I mean, again, I'm not a parent. I've worked with children for a very long time. And if you have a child that has addictions or whatever it may be, parents don't want to walk away from their children. They want them to heal. You know, good parents want them to heal, want them to, you know, they want to be there to support them. And I can only imagine that it must be like being in HELL, seeing your child falling into addiction or falling in with the wrong crowd and not going to prison, or doing things like making life choices that are really impactful in a negative way on their life. And it does feel like this group of people, this community of people, this family and so on and whatnot, have really done the best that they can without breaking their back to the point that they do not place any priority on anything else when it comes to this ex. And it does feel like they just keep falling over and over and over again into, it's almost like madness. You have judication coming out here as well. So it feels like with heavy heart, their mum, their dad, their sister, their cousin, their best friend, whoever, have, I don't know if they've placed like some sort of, what's the word? Well, you're not allowed to come within like 500 feet. Restraining order. They may have placed a restraining order. They may have changed the name, or may have taken out the name of whoever this ex is from their will. They may have taken them to court. It does feel like it's very, very bitter in someone's mouth that they've had to do this, and they're coming to a massive realization that you were never the villain. You were never, ever the villain. You were somebody who put in so much time and effort and love and patience and energy into a person who was they're so very wounded. I mean, they are a villain, but they're also a human being, and they're just so very wounded within themselves, or narcissistic, or whatever we want to call it, that they could not accept your love. They could not accept your support because they couldn't even take it from their family or from the community. You did all of those things and you walked away, and you walked away for your own health. And I must say that if you blame yourself in any way, shape or form for how things went down, you're human. You can only carry so much before you say that's enough because my back is going to break. This being in reverse, it shows that you cut ties at the divinely right time. You stood up and you walked away. And I feel like I feel like an entire family unit, an entire community is isolating this person, not because they hate them, not because they have malice and this person's being punished, more just, I give up. There's only so much I can do. If you keep pushing me away, at some point I'm going to walk away. And an entire community has done this to your ex. They've followed suit with you, with how you've walked away. Because look, sudden wealth being in reverse, it does feel like there were things that this person was doing when it comes to a court and money. Something to do with money. I know that this is what I am getting from somebody's ex here. They're very focused on money, on having money. They feel like a flipping dragon. What is it called? What is the name of the dragon in is it The Hobbit? The Battle of Schmorgs, whatever his name is. But like a dragon that, you know, hides all of its gold and has to lay on it and does nothing with it, but just hoards it and goes, it's mine. That's the energy that I'm getting from this ex. Someone who is obsessed with not being poor, or not having, to the point that they push everyone else away, and that they start doing really dumb things to try and gain money. And this third party, they feel like they've been whisked away from this, almost like legally they've been whisked away from this. Not like they're being let go scot-free, just like they can't have communication with this ex anymore. Whoever the third party is, whoever the hater was over here, it may be like, talk to my lawyers only. But they did something here with money, and they may have tried to either set you up or have you kind of be the fall guy, the one that they could throw under the bus. And they had they've connected in with the family as well. They've done something to their own family members and blamed you for it when it comes to money and fraud. And this seems to just be a massive epiphany on the family side and on the community side at how their empathy had blinded them to how this person was just getting deeper and deeper into their addictions and deeper into doing whatever to get money, and to then blame you. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We've got debt. We got trapped underneath. Wowee. There was a couple of cards for this deck that I actually took out because I thought they were just a little bit too detailed. And one of them was like when someone gets choked with a rope around their neck. I don't want to actually say the word. It showed that. And then there was another one that was like self-exit, but it was very detailed with a knife and with blood and stuff like that. So there's something here about looking away. Removing some of the gruesome details. What did they remove? Look, you've got abuse and neglect. I'm telling you. I am telling you. This person may have abused you. They may have neglected you. That's trigger warning right there. If it's too much for you, you may want to stop this video and watch another one. They lied about whether they put hands on you. You also have a child coming through. This person may be going to court for multiple things. It seems like they may be going to court over child abuse or child neglect. And if they were trying to paint you as being somebody who was nasty towards their child, or if you had a blended family, for example, they could have been saying that you abused your own children, neglected your own children, or abused and neglected their children. If you were raising somebody else's child, they could have been saying the same thing. That's really, really terrible. And I think this is another reason why people are now moving away, because it's like, how can you? Children are like, I don't want kids in any way, shape or form, but I am maternal. I think they're beautiful. I work with kids for over 21 years. I think they are a joy to be around. And yes, they can be loud. And when they're little, you know, you can be very tired, very, very tired. And they can be draining. But I wouldn't even dream of hurting a child. And I don't understand what goes through people's heads when they do, when they neglect or abuse children. So that is awful that this person has either done that to their child, your child, someone's child here, or has said that you have. Yeah, and you've got spouse and partner. So this is your ex-spouse or partner, without a doubt. Tell me about coffin, please. It's the end. It's the end of something here, hidden. Yeah, truth is out. The truth is out. The things that they try to keep hidden, the truth is out. Everyone knows. This person may be going to prison for a very long time because of this. You know that. Cult is in reverse. I don't know if the family of this person thought that your spiritual beliefs were slightly cultish. But I think it's also because that's the way that your ex painted you to them. And they're now realizing that no. Faith is just faith. Okay. Got boat coming out here. This is giving me like boat over troubled waters, going into a calmer water. So like the 5 of Swords going into the 6 of Swords. Tell me about sudden wealth in reverse. Thank you. Egotism is coming out, but that one didn't feel right. Can I get a card, please? Thank you. You've got aliens in reverse. You've got accident as well. Whoever this karmic is, whoever this third party is that's been whisked away, they, like I said, they're not someone who is alien to the family. This could be someone who is either the mother or father of the child that they already have. They could be somebody who they dated before, someone they hung out with before. They could have been someone who got them into the addictions they were in. Now I'm going to close down this reading just with some tea leaf oracle to see what would like to come out as any advice or last bits of information. I'm going to split these into 2 though, because they are really finicky otherwise in my hands. Psychic ability, trust your intuition here. Trust your intuition. Okay, what else do we need to know about this, please and thank you? Tell me about the abuse and neglect. Okay, a meeting with a stranger could be important and it's in reverse. I don't know if this person's going to try, and someone here may want to get in contact with you. Now, I don't know if you're going to be contacted by anyone like this ex's family members. It may be a lawyer. It may be something more official. It may be coming from this third party lawyer energy over here. Be aware though, because that person is not trustworthy either. Because if they were trustworthy, or if they at least wanted their actions to be seen, they would have been brought forward in this reading, and they're really trying to hide. Something in January may happen that's important. Temptation will test you. Be aware. Be aware when it comes to this main male or masculine energies child. Tell me about puzzled. Let's see. Family sorrow. Okay. Wow, really was trying to blame this on you. You have October coming out, January and October. Can I get more on the boat, lovers? Cutting ties, thank you. We have problems to be resolved coming through. Do you know what? I do feel like in the recent future, or in the near future, excuse me, someone here is going to try and pull you into their dramatics. Someone here is going to try and pull you in. You have here forces working against you. And then we also have dealings or relationship with a man. Tell me about alien, please and thank you. Thank you so much. Stepping into a new experience. And I'm going to get a couple of cards from the other side of the deck. Ooh, September, someone working against you behind your back. Oof. Unsuccessful plans. Unsuccessful plans. So they were trying to meet up. There's something here about trying to reach out to you. This ex may have tried to reach out to you to get you to pay something off for them or to help them out financially. September. If you're watching this as this is being posted, they could be trying to get in contact with you this month. And it says great worry over nothing here. You also have, you'll be playing a different role. And you have a fair woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, grey or white hair. In October, this person could be trying to get in contact with you. This is someone that I feel, this is somebody who judged you wrongly. They judged you too quickly and they're realising that they did. They believed assumptions about you that were just not true. They were just not true in any way, shape or form. They really weren't. Okay, months of the year, you've got September coming out. So for someone here, this is going to be in the next couple of weeks that you may actually have someone try and reach out to you. I heard socials. And you also have, you need to defend yourself. Because this third party energy over here, they're trying to keep themselves quiet. Like they're trying to move in their shadows. They may have been told by their lawyers to move in their shadows. This does give very much energy of reminiscence of the readings that I've done before where you had a third party of the ex who was trying to coach their child into saying that you were the abuser or the neglector of their child. And if this is something that's coming back up again, they may be trying to pull you in and still trying to throw you underneath the bus, still trying to throw you under the bus. So just be aware, please, okay? I've been told to stop there. I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that gave you the confirmation and clarity that you needed and that you already intuitively knew. If you are new to my channel and this resonates for you and you would like to see more of my content and see when I post, I would love you to hit on the like, the subscribe and on the notification box. You can see just that. If you are a returning subscriber, so family, hearts, kisses. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye.